Hey, what's up guys? Joe here, coming at you today with some very fun and meaningful war recap from the most previous Trojan War 3 that just took place last night. The content that's currently playing right now is actually live footage or footage from a live stream that I did during the actual war itself. Right now, if you actually take a look at the top of the map itself, we have 0 attacks made, 0 stars on the board, and only 12 minutes left in the war. So basically what a Trojan War is 100 attacks within the last 10 minutes of the war. Each attacker is understanding of the second attack needs to be gemmed and then used for cleanup in order to possibly win the war. The enemy opponent here is actually up by 18 stars, and frankly, the way to look at it is you have 23 hours to plan, well, 23 hours and 40 minutes to plan for your assigned base, 10 minutes of psyching yourself out and getting all sweaty and wet palms, and then 10 minutes to execute your 2 attacks in order to assist this clan to win. So why are we doing this anyways? Well, basically, if anything else, we actually have been blessed with a donator for donating $1 million. I say again, $1 million towards the Baton Rouge flood victims. For every viewer that comments down below hashtag I provide or hashtag clashing for charity, this donator will donate $10 per comment. So if anything else that you don't do in this video, please go down below and comment one of those 2 hashtags for me, and let's help those folks that are very much in need. And if you're unaware of what's going on there's actually over 100,000 homes that have been destroyed and up to 13 people to date that have passed away due to the floodwaters down in that state. So this is for a very big cause, and I actually personally enjoy events like this. So back to the actual footage that's playing, we are coming up on that 10-minute mark, and this is probably the most exciting piece, minus the attacks that actually take place. This start of the war is actually phenomenal to watch, very exciting, and this is where I say that you psych yourself out and get very overwhelmed in your attacks. No matter how good of an attacker you are, you find yourself shaking and hoping that you don't mess up your attack. So as we get down into the last 5 seconds, so actually 7, 6, 5, 4, I actually scroll up to the top and give it a few seconds to see what actually happens. And this is probably the most invigorating part of these Trojan Wars, is actually watching the start of these wars. And as you see, you have a wall of swords for each attacker going in on their base. And for the enemy clan, this can be quite fearing or scary to watch, because you were not expecting it. A lot of these guys were actually looting. And then I actually go in and get in there and start doing my attack as well. Yeah, I'm Town Hall 11, and I was assigned a Town Hall 10, and I was actually quite nervous myself. You could plan all day long and look at the base and try to figure out what you're gonna do, and you still find yourself in doubt due to the fact that you know that once you're complete, you don't have time to plan for another base, and you have to gem that army and get back to work. So I actually come in with the bowler miner combination on this base, same as I put up a video 2 days ago on this composition. Very effective for especially a Town Hall 10, and having that Grand Warden using his ability in order to assist those bowlers, using the miners to flank in on the opposite side of where the kill squad has come in. And now at this point, really, the Town Hall's down, Clan Castle's down, one of the Infernos is down, and the heroes are still up there doing some work. My queen actually takes a beating due to the defenses up in the north, and she ends up getting taken out by a giant bomb here in the core. But the miners in the south is actually where the most focal point is. I have 3 heal spells available in order to carry them throughout the remainder of the raid. And like I said in the last video, kind of boring to watch, and actually you really just can't determine where the miners are actually going to go. Yeah, so as we watch those miners do their business and root their way through the remainder of this base, I will go ahead and spoil it, and I actually do get a 3-star, and I actually got a 6-pack in this war on live stream. Within the stream itself, I'm not showing a face cam due to the fact that I probably have my tongue hanging out of my face at this point, or I have some kind of ridiculous look going on, and I didn't want the viewers to actually see that. So in all fairness, this is actually the only bullying attack that I'm going to show you today. I'm only going to show you a couple of replays. Can't show all of them, or we'll end up with a 25-minute long video recapping a bunch of bullying, because that's what really kind of goes down in these wars when you're trying to get that cleanup going. We did have a handful of superstar attackers that actually got triples in on bases of equal level to themselves, and we actually will recap those as the video progresses. The best part about Elite Nation coming together like so is seeing the different magnitude of attacks and attack strategies that are actually used. Take note of the air bomb chasing down the minions at the end, and I was actually getting kind of wild at the end of this replay. So we're going to go ahead and get into these replays and recap a couple of these awesome attacks that actually take place, and the star count is moving up as we go along. First one on deck is actually Town Hall 11 on Town Hall 11. Fog actually does the business in on this base. One of those ring type bases with the Infernos on the outer perimeter of the base itself. Both of them look like they're single target from this position. He draws the clan castle due to its poor placement, and then he brings in the queen charge down in the south to take care of the enemy clan castle and start working his way in on that eagle artillery. This is still quite effective due to the fact that the meta hasn't quite shifted just yet, where we're seeing a lot of air bombs on the outsides of the base. Fog is actually quite skilled with this combination, and he works his Archer Queen and Grand Warden in with those healers. Got him raged currently as he moves into a air sweeper, and he ends up taking out that eagle artillery. The Seeking air mines are starting to pop up and start taking out his healers in the process, and at that point he starts to get his Barbarian King and the remainder of his troops on the map. Mass large group of miners coming in from the eastern portion of the base, moving in on that Archer Queen's flank, and single target Inferno towers don't really stand a chance against these mass groups of miners. I'm not exactly positive why we're running the single target, other than trying to take care of the bowlers. And as usual, the miners start to maneuver their way towards the north and stay on the outer perimeter of the base instead of taking on the structures more towards the core of the base. And that's pretty typical. The Archer Queen down in the south actually gets in there and gets herself killed by all the structures down in the south and all the defensive concentration down there. The air bombs start taking out the healers. But Fog has plenty of miners still on the map, and just a lot of spread in between these point defenses and the Teslas in the center or the core of the base. And then another Inferno tower that's set to single shot, and the miners just kind of overwhelm the base itself. They keep moving. The Barbarian King actually kind of stays to the outside of the base with little resistance. And the miners are just kind of distracting and taking out structures as they start to maneuver throughout the remainder of the base. Fog's actually out of the heal spells at this point, and then the single target Inferno Tower finally goes down, and then the miners start moving their way towards the south to assist the little onesies and twosies that are hanging out down there and actually get taken out. So very good raid overall, and a great attack by Fog. Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 11. This next replay is actually a Town Hall 10 on a 9.5. That means no Inferno Towers. Charlie of A-Team 2 coming in. This base right here is not really the strongest for a Town Hall 10. Mostly Town Hall 9 with the Expos fully maxed out for the Town Hall 10 level. And you have to keep in mind on these Trojan wars that we don't really have a choice on what we're actually hitting. Within the last 10 minutes, we end up getting caught up on trying to search for a base to hit. So really, you're kind of just cooking up a composition and jumping in on something and hoping that you're going to get a cleanup on the base itself. Charlie does a mass bowler raid. He does have level 2 bowlers, and he's still using the healers, assisting the bowlers on the outsides of the map, while the large group on the core of the base just kind of sweeps through with his heroes. His Barbarian King actually goes down into the core, and his Archer Queen is now starting to take a lot of resistance from the remaining point defenses that are down in the southern portion of the base. The Archer Queen ends up going down actually due to the lack of healer support, and then the remaining portion of the raid is actually just kind of waiting on these bowlers. Plenty of time to clean up. We got 1 minute and 16 seconds left in the remaining portion of this raid. Too bad he didn't get that expo in the core of the base, and then we actually have to wait on the bowlers to kind of just mosey their way through the remaining portion of this base and take out the remaining structures. So another very good attack on the fly, mind you. He probably did not plan this attack at all. He probably just jumped in on the base and hoped for a cleanup, and that's exactly what he ended up doing. He gets in here and puts these bowlers to work, and yeah, still a lot of spam going on, but that's for the time being. We'll see what happens as the meta continues to shift post-balancing update changes that just took place last week. So I think I actually speed this one up for you and get these bowlers through this wall, considering the fact that there's kind of beating on the wall and waiting. And yeah, here we go. So they're in the last compartment and take out the remaining structure for another triple. Got a couple of Town Hall 9s on deck, a couple of different attacks for you actually. HGHB is still going on and still appears to be quite viable, even though the healers caught a brute force with the addition of the air bombs and air seekers coming back into play against them, and a little bit of hatred towards them. Paul Little here actually comes in with the HDHB on the northeastern portion of the base, gets in there on that clan castle, uses his Archer Queen to take those out, while the healers are working on helping those giants persist through the remaining, or through the core, or into the core of the base. The bowlers are following in suit, taking out structures just ahead of the giants, and then the Hog Riders start to maneuver in from the northwestern portion of the base. Very calm and collected attack. The hero levels here actually assist him to maneuver throughout this base. Both of his heroes look to be maxed out for Town Hall 9 at level 30, and the Hog Riders have plenty of heal coverage, moving in and assisting the bowlers with structures as they move towards the south. And it's another very quick raid. HGHB always seems to move pretty quick with the combination of the bowlers and the Hog Riders. So this one I actually kind of speed up a little early and start moving during the portion of cleanup because there's really nothing to watch at this point. There's plenty of troops left on the map. Awesome attack by Paul, and yeah, another Town Hall 9 victory and triple down in the southern portion of the war map. So as we wrap this one up and those Hog Riders move and take out the remaining structure on the map, we move into Miss Andy actually comes in with a Govaho on this quite interesting spread anti 3-star type base, brings in the 2 golems in the north, followed up by the wizards for cleanup, and then drops her Barbarian King and Archer Queen to assist the funneling process in order to get her Valkyries to go directly into the base instead of staying outside. Barbarian King decides he wants to go towards the northwest and stays on the outer perimeter of the base, but the golems are cracked into the base at this point and still has a couple of wizards trailing them, assisting, taking out structures as they move into that clan castle. She gets her Valkyries down on the map, drops a handful of them to make sure that they actually do go into the base, drops that jump spell to assist the Valkyries as they move into the base, and then starts dropping heal spells due to the concentration of giant bombs that are within this base. The heal spell coverage is mainly for assisting the Valkyries as they move through the core of the base, due to the fact that there appears to be 3 giant bombs so far in that location, and she gets that 3rd heal spell down. Really, the concentration here is more the Valkyries than the Hog Riders themselves. Hog Riders kind of move in on a slight Tesla farm, and looks like they're getting taken out fairly quick without any assistance of any heal spell coverage. However, the Valkyries have actually moved throughout the remaining portion of this base fairly quick, and Andy actually holds on to a couple of Hog Riders for the back end, which she gets down on the map right now, in order to assist with those remaining structures in that most western compartment. with the assistance of a couple of wizards over there in the west and an archer that's kind of taking its sweet time working on that elixir storage. Archer Queen takes out the last archer tower, and it looks like there's about 6 Valkyries still on the map with these hog riders working on that final wizard tower. So very clean, very patient attack by Andy, getting that funnel set up in order for her Valkyries to just kind of take over the map on this base. So hopefully you actually enjoyed the lead up on the beginning of this video, actually showing what a Trojan War is and actually seeing some of the awesome attacks that actually took place within the video. Please don't forget to go down below in the comments and comment one of the hashtags I provide or hashtag clashing for charity. That way we can get $10 per comment in order to assist the victims down in Baton Rouge. This event is actually more charitable, and I do wholeheartedly enjoy events just like this, using a game to assist others. And this is also what makes the Clash of Clans community so wonderful. Thanks for watching, guys.